What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic Monday. It is, of course, Victory Monday, and you wouldn't think it. Just got off work, got to see plenty of nonsense out there, and I saw some of it yesterday, and well, me and my buddy Ryan over there on Twitter, we were having a good laugh. People jumping ship already. They're off the Gordon route. You remember when everyone did this with Kellen Moore last year, and I kept trying to warn, like, hey, man, let's stay patient and see what we actually have here. I get it, but I'm excited. We're 2-0, baby, so it's Victory Monday for me. I'm pumped up. I don't know if you're pumped up, but I'd love to hear from you. We're rocking and rolling here, 2-0, and I cannot thank you enough for taking the time here, hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, hyping these videos up, all the things you do to support the channel. I cannot thank you enough. And look, we're going through these games each week. We've talked about what we need to see in the Cowboys game. We talked about in this game. Then, tomorrow we're going to talk about the Rams and this opponent and what they look like. And as we go through the week, we will discuss what we need to do to beat this team. And I understand, that things are never, and I always say this, never going to go the way they should or how we think they are. It's football. That's the beauty of it. So let's sit back, relax a little bit, and, maybe not. Let's pump the brakes on the season's over. My post from last year, right at this time, when I was laughing at everyone, and I said, well, just wait till we win the Super Bowl. And you guys remember how confident I was in this team last year. This team needs to build that. You need to find that. And that's what I talked about before the season started. Let's have some patience at the beginning of the season with a new offensive coordinator. A lot of new pieces going in on defense. Stay patient. And I promise you this team it's already, in my opinion, the best team on paper. But once you get these guys up to speed, it's complicated defense. And this offense, you got Kevin Patullo with a lot of weapons here. And if you're thinking about it, this is like giving a kid who, just turned 16, he's just able to drive, and you're giving him a Lamborghini. If he goes out there, you give him the keys, hey, best of luck. And sure, you taught him a little bit. He played some video games with you, and he's seen you drive. He's seen you do it. He's been in the car with you. But now it's his turn to drive. I'm going to be real with you. He's probably not going to go out there and, smoke you and show you how it's done. Might, lose control a little bit. Might get a little wild out there. So having a sports car like that Kevin Patullo does, maybe let's give him some time to figure this damn thing out. A powerful machine, and it moves fast. So you got a lot of key pieces here. And I know it seems like it's simple. You got to do this, do that. And, with the Cowboys, we talked about it, just a complete crap show. The Chiefs, a really good defense where you look at what I meant without Dallas Goedert. When you don't have him, and, me and my pop were talking about this, where Goddard is something that can block and catch. Calcaterra can't do that. He's not great at blocking. I asked all week for Latu to be elevated. He did. The few snaps that he saw, I thought he did well. You saw him at fullback. I hope you thought of me when you saw that. That's what I was asking for. But also as a tight end when Dallas Goedert's not here. So maybe we can trade for someone. I don't know. Please, God. Luffy, Nina, Liz, Tiffany. Oh, now we're talking. We've got a party going on. Bob, my man, what a win it was. Woo! And look, I'll take a win any day of the week. And I'd love to beat the shit out of everybody. I was talking to my pop about that. I want to slaughter everyone. But they're all going to play their best games. Especially a team like the Chiefs. They've got revenge on their mind. So we knew it was going to be a tough game. I would love to have put belts to asses again. But it was in their house. We knew they were going to fight. And we ended up on top, so I'm good with it. Darnell Washington, we talked about him a while ago. Talked about Michael Mayer. We've talked about a lot of guys that I'll make another show if you guys want. And I was already thinking about it with the tight ends I put together. I was going to make a list, but I was like, you know what? Let's make a show on this because I think for me, it's very important. And I've stressed it. I mean, you can go back to the videos. Any of you that have watched the last couple of years, you know how much I stress this, but it is what it is. I loved that, when you don't have 100 yards. And Jalen Hurts told him, winning the mother effing game. Shut your ass up. That's how I feel about these media people losing their minds. Everybody sucks. I can't. You guys know how much I love that stuff, especially 2 weeks into the season. My God. But that was awesome. Really enjoyed that moment. So this is what this team is going to do. And look, they're going to cry, they're going to do their thing, and I don't even know who Chris is, but I'm sure there's plenty of haters out there that are going to cry themselves to sleep, and that's fine. I really feel, this team has a long way to go, and that's right, guys. Did we not talk about this all off season? You're gonna have your weirdos out here, the stat watchers. I need the stat. What did I tell you last year? I don't give a shit about breaking a rushing record. I don't give a damn about any of these things other than winning a Super Bowl. That's the ultimate goal, man. And if it isn't, okay, whatever. You're watching for whatever the hell else you want to. But for me, it's about that Super Bowl. So if they're doing what they need to, I'm good with it. And again, it's week 2. And if you're winning these games, imagine what the Chiefs are saying. We're 0-2. And we lost the Super Bowl. We won the Super Bowl. We're 2-0. And the season's over. Let me tell you, this team's just not good. Yeah, man. There's gonna take time. Okay? Let's stay patient. And look, I've talked about it. I don't want to see every effing pass plays out of shotgun. I don't want to be one-dimensional. I don't want to be predictable. And I just really think that this team is capable of doing a lot of things that they haven't shown just yet. And look, I talked about how big of a loss Goddard is, and you really pray that you can find someone like him. Go trade for Michael Mayer. But maybe you draft someone next year. I don't know. But right now, we need Goddard to stay healthy because it's tiring. I'm not going to lie to you. Happy Victory Monday to you, JC. Appreciate you tuning in. China in the building. Let's effing go Birds. Are you guys not pumped up? I'm pumped up. I mean, all day I was talking crap. I'm like, 2-0, but yeah, Hurts can't. And I laugh at these people. I tell them, like, come on, man. You really going to try that with me still? And, like, everybody does. And I just still hear it. And I'm like, okay. Look, when we can run the ball, and Saquon had like 88 yards, I think, like 4 yards per carry, something like that. A great touchdown there, like 18-yard run, I think it was. I was impressed. We talked about, hey, can we get the run game going, have a sloppy defense, just right to the end. And I hate those games with all my heart. I don't want to have a heart attack watching these things. I want to be joyous. But look, just like I said yesterday, look my pop dead in the eyes, and I was like, this is what we want. We want to be battle tested right away and find out what our issues are. We already knew there were going to be some. Dorian Jackson actually looked like he was, doing pretty decent at times. Yes, had his mistakes, but okay. But we got to be patient, right? That's what we talk about. So whoever's out there, let's hope they figure it out. And I think, when you have a good team like the Chiefs and they're hungry and ready to rock, they're going to bring their A game. Things happen, and hey, man, it was a good game. So, and yeah, he was pissed, and a lot of fans are pissed, and people are always going to be pissed. When we're 2-0 and we're winning, I'm happy. And look, like we talked about yesterday, we will, and right now, we can discuss whatever it is. You know what I mean? I don't understand the whole, not understanding it's week 2, and you're going to get better. You're going to, become one. I really feel this is a brotherhood, and you lost some pieces on offense. Your right guard, some depth pieces, not a big deal. But defense, you talk about losing all those corners, and Slay and Rodgers and Maddox left, and you have Brandon Graham retiring and Sweat leaving and Milton Williams, and I get it. I get the fear. CJ Gardner-Johnson traded. It's a lot. So my thing is, have to stay patient because they're young and it's going to take time. So growing pains. But dude, you see Drew Makuba yesterday? Do you see him go out there? He got ran over by Mahomes. I hated that. I was like, oh, my pop's like, oh, well, thank you, guy. I'm like, oh. So it was. And then, well, he backed that thing up. And he had some great plays, man. And obviously that interception was the best one. But he's just getting started, man. And him in the defense, we talked about with Cooper to Gene and Quentin Mitchell. And, oh, my God, the line. Jalen Carter was back. And Nolan Smith. Oh, yeah. So Darius Smith, holy shit. Yeah, I was fucking pumped yesterday. All these new additions, and hell yeah, Tiffany, you heard me, right? Maybe we do have a fullback, or AJ Dillon, or Tank Big. That's not happening. Cameron Letou. So it happened. It's 6'5", 245. Yeah. And we talked about his freakish athleticism, watching him at Alabama, and then, goes to the Niners in the third round, tears his meniscus, and hasn't found his way. Hey, diamond in the rough, maybe. You never know. So in the right system, the right coaching, I'm hoping for the best for him. So we'll see. I'm excited, though. I think Latu is someone that's going to get those 3 elevations, and we'll find out if he makes it to the active roster then. Underperformer on offense, defense, ball Jackson. Yeah, man, it's just like regular football, not much different than, every year. That's kind of just how it goes. So I really think, well, you definitely should. You beat them again. And I think you talk about the rivalry there where Patrick Mahomes running for his life, the coverage was great. We saw, the defense really stepping it up against one of the best offenses. Yes, I know they were missing Rice and Worthy. Don't care. They practiced all week. They knew they weren't going to have them. No excuse, man. And the defense did great, but you're going against Patrick Mahomes. We know he's really good. Okay. But, they definitely had their faults, and that's okay. Like, when people watch a game and they're like, okay, these couple things, like, I just can't. Dude, this stuff's going to happen. And when you see, like, obviously Kevin Patullo is trying to find his wings, like, did you guys really think he was going to be out here like the best offensive coordinator in the game in his first couple weeks? I just really think, being patient is the key here. But, hey, hopefully these people will be back on board like they were last year when we had the same exact conversation. First couple games of preseason. Yeah, and I tried to explain it last year, when we didn't, again, play in the preseason and we, had our struggles. But I just don't understand what the confusion there is. But I guess everybody wants everything now and they think it's Madden. I don't know. But, yeah, and you guys, dude, we talked about this Darius Smith, and I told you this could be one of those, like, key additions where you just got the top edge guy out there, and this dude's perfect. I talked about when we signed him, playing him outside, playing him inside. And then you saw, like, a couple days later that from the Eagles that they were saying they want him to play the Brandon Graham role in the locker room. And, well, on the field would be my preference too. So I'm glad, we're kind of, let's conjoin those. And dog, he played like 20 snaps and like a third of them maybe. And, dude, he was out there balling every time. You see in the picture I made this show, I'm excited about it. And I already told you, I love Nolan Smith, Josh Uche, Jalix Hunt. You guys know how much of a fan I am. So adding Zadarius Smith to this rotation, that's just, again, I think Azeez Ojulari, Okoronkwo, you could make these guys expendable. Definitely could be traded. And I like both of those guys, but I will take the 4 I mentioned earlier over them any day. And Patrick Johnson as that 5th guy because of his special teams prowess. I ain't mad at it. So we'll see what the Eagles decide to do, but loved it. And Campbell, Smith, Makuba. Yeah, they all played good, if that's what you're saying. No doubt, yeah. And as I said yesterday, even again, and I say it every show, I try to remind you guys, Cine will be gone once his injury is gone. So that's just how that waived injured stuff works. Rams are the test. Everybody's, always the test, everybody says. But we'll see the Eagles. No, Lemkin will not be our fullback, but Latu will definitely probably get another elevation. Looking forward to seeing what he does there. Talking about the tush push. Oh, they're always going to talk about that. They just hate us, and I'm all about it, dude. Let them. I think that's perfectly fine. And you know what also makes me smile? You remember last week because of stupid stuff, the Commanders were also 1-0. Well, this is our top spot, and we're going to go ahead and hold on to that bad boy. As you can see, 2-0. Commanders, Cowboys, 1-1, and then the Giants, 0-2 there. And what a barn burner those two teams at the bottom had. And the Cowboys, struggling with the Giants there. And look, it's a divisional matchup, so I get it. But, man, really wish the Giants would have pulled that one off. Man, oh, man. I think the Eagles, regardless, just have to focus on themselves. And they really don't have to worry about what other teams are doing. And, like people say, like, oh, this is the Eagles' test. And each week it's, this or that. For me, the Eagles aren't looking at their schedule and saying, oh, no, it's the opposite way around. Just like I told you guys last year, it's those other teams that are looking at their schedule saying, oh, son of a bitch. Oh, son of a bitch, this is our test. Like, that's who we are. Don't get it twisted. Don't let the media or any of these casual fans get it twisted. We are the top dog now, and we need to start acting like it. We're not Cowboys fans. We don't jump ship, lose our minds, and look, we'll get pissed when we need to. But 2 weeks into the season, 2-0, I'm going to pass on that shit. And like I said, obviously Kevin Patullo needs to learn to open up the playbook. Gave you my little analogy earlier. Just, whatever needs to happen. I think they're going to discuss these things. That's how it works. So, again, let's stay patient, believe in our team. And, hey, man. And, yeah, Dre, that's what we talk about. The infusion of youth with having the right amount of veteran leadership and having the foundation built, right? When I called a dynasty last year before the season began, it was because of the pieces we had. And when I told you, Josh Sweat, Milton Williams, Darius Slay, these guys are going to be gone next year. Like, we can't, get caught by the media. Like, we're going to draft now. We're going to have these pieces already here. So I try to tell you, about Nolan Smith and Jalix Hunt. And obviously we talked about those guys before we even drafted them. And then we talked about, Moro Ojomo stepping up. All these things that try to get people, ready for with, information that I find valuable. I think you sickos do. But they just out there, it's wild that they sleep on a team that's able to do the things they are. And, yeah, I know we got new pieces now, but we're going to go ahead and infuse, our defense with Makuba and Campbell now. Obviously he's mentioning Mitchell and DeJean there last year. So, adding someone like Jihad Campbell next to Zach Bond is insane. Getting Drew Makuba as a, like we talked about, the best coverage safety. Like, perfect for Vic Fangio's D. Dog, I cannot wait. I'm not sure what's going on there, Tiffany. I don't know what it. Cash doll, guess. Darius Smith's son's mom celebrating his say. Oh, is Cash doll his son's mother? Is that what you're saying? At first I was just like, I'm not sure. You can tell I've had quite a long Monday. I think this defense is good now. You just wait until this team picks it up. The defense isn't good yet. They're decent, but they're going to be a juggernaut, and I promise you that. Just like I talked about last year, especially with that offense, patience is key. Ooh, and remember, you guys stay with me. Some of you lost. Oh, what's going on? Oh. And then they all disappeared when we won the Super Bowl. I don't know what happened, but yeah, stick with me. Stick with the birds. Let's watch this team, and we'll see soon enough if there's reason to fret. But in my opinion, I'm just going to stay patient, and I don't think there's really reason to fret. So, yeah, yeah, I'm old as dirt, and I don't even know who that is, to be honest with you. So I've heard the name, but even if you put $1 million on the table right now, I couldn't tell you. Is she a rapper? Is that what we're? Because I really, I don't know. And you could probably name a song, and I probably wouldn't know that either. Yeah, this thing, I'm trying. I'm like, have I heard anything? There's nothing up there. But then again, there's probably just nothing up there regardless. So, well, who knows? But, I'm losing it. I was going to say, ask you said, yeah, exactly. And I do. And that's how I said, like, we were just talking, and I was saying, man, I'm old. Like, I don't even know half this shit. Like, I think I'm, up to date on things and do a thing, but I'm lost at sea. Let's all be real with ourselves. I am truly lost. I feel about that roughing the passer on Campbell. That was bullshit. Also feel it was bullshit when they didn't give us the first down when we got, A.J. Brown rolled. I thought the rest were a pile of ass. Complete pile of ass. That was them trying to keep him in the game. That was the interception was nuts. What a crazy past couple of weeks. Like, thank God CD Lamb, with the drops. Travis Kelce, bobbles and drops. Like, dude, do you think their respective teams, and maybe they do have dumbass fans, I'm sure they do, but you shouldn't be wanting to get rid of these people and calling the season over in these first couple of weeks. People are going to work on these things, So, I know you sickos know what I'm talking about, but the crazies out there, you know what I mean? It's out there. The radio, the TV, it's Taylor Nerds can't do this. Like, well, you even hear Chris Jones talking. Shut the we're winning, bro, and you're still going to talk about stats? Give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a break. And I would appreciate you guys helping me up those subscribers. I thank you for that. And for any of you not subscribed, I really appreciate you doing that. It does help whenever you subscribe or like or hype the videos or share these things. It really does help. So thank you for that. And Bob, go effing birds. I think they hit him with the rough in the passer because it's the one problem. Well, I don't believe in the making up for one, but I think sometimes you do feel that way, right? I find myself saying it sometimes. That's making up for the last one, right? Calling one that's close and just giving it to us. So I feel you, Dre, but they can kiss my ass. Game on the line like that, like, because he fucking put him in the dirt those couple plays before that, man. I remember that. Maybe it was the play before, whatever. But dude, I remember looking over and be like, did you see that? And my pop didn't, but it came right back with the replay, dude. And woo, he smacked him. That was fun to watch. They were in the game. That interception is what got them out of it. So I think, what do I say? Every effing week, I feel like good teams find ways to win bad games. And they were moving the ball on us. And I could feel the tension in the room. I knew there was fear. And I'm like, no, we got a big stop here, hoping maybe hold them to a field goal. Can't let them score. Get a tip from Kelsey, a great return after the interception from Bakuba. It's just, and those are the kind of things, people, if that wouldn't happen, it's like, it's football. It does happen. That's how it happens. That's how the game's played. It's not by fucking stats and what the depth chart looks like and we talk about these things to get a better understanding of what teams are good at, what they're going to try to do to beat the other. And half the time it's just whatever, you know what I mean? It's football. That's what I love. And people are crazy, man. Crazy. Oh yeah. And I kept saying do it all game. You got to put them in the dirt, dude. Quarterbacks like that are getting the ball out quick, you got to make them fear it, right? So but he did get put in the dirt a few times. Yo, my man Keith, hope you're doing well. I am well. Thank you for asking how my day was. I had a good day. It was long. It was weird. It's Monday. I just feel like complete shit still, dude. I haven't gotten over that. If you can't tell, it's still like, but rough one. Got nice and muddy and sloppy. Then it got hot as hell. But hope you had a great day, man. Appreciate you taking the time. We're here celebrating while everyone else is out there pissed and calling for heads on the Eagles already. Week 2 in. You guys remember that post, right? From last year. I think it was week 1. It was definitely week 1. But that continued for 4 more weeks. And I think I have a post from every effing week, to be honest with you. But no, dude. Just stay patient because here it is, last year. Exactly what I said. Here we go again with the whining from the casual media and fans that don't understand football. It's week 1, new coordinators, a bunch of new players. The offensive defense will clean things up after their first game, and they're still going to win the Super Bowl. Go Birds. That's after week 1. So, well, we find ourselves around that time again here, ladies and gents. And I just want to say, let's pump the brakes to all the crazies out there. But talk about the game that closes the sideline. I don't remember who we're talking about. Like their chemistry. Oh, you're talking about the Chiefs. I thought you said I like their chemistry. It took me a second. Sorry, guys. I'm telling you, it was a long day. Like, I feel sicker today than I did this week. It's weird. You can tell by the game and the clips. Oh, yeah, dude. When you're losing, it's not fun. And we had them. Once we took that lead, we didn't let go. And it was beautiful. Casey Drive. Yeah, and I don't like it because, obviously, my pop's getting up there in age. And I don't like when they're messing with them. And I don't like, because of my health, them mess with me. So it's like, I really get concerned about him, and we're diehard, man. We bleed green, so we feel it, and I could see it. And I was just praying there, dude, just like, please, just do something. Like, we got, and I try, no matter where I'm at, to try to be positive. And I mean, if there's time to just not be positive, I'm not like saying I'm that person, but like, you gotta have some hope, you gotta have some fight in you, right? And live in a world where a lot of people, just quit. But I was with you, dude. I was feeling it, and I know he was, and Chelsea was, and everybody else was, and Whoo! I don't always like that. I don't ever like that. So he sure was. You saw the picture. Had to throw it on. Had to. Not sure week 5. Everybody screaming all over. Oh, they were week 1, week 2. It was bad. It's like clockwork. I don't know, guys. I tell you, I'll be here making football content, and I enjoy these ones too, the live ones where you guys come in and we just discuss whatever. But having all this content throughout the week, I hope that it provides you something where you feel like you're ready for the game. You've learned everything about not only the Eagles but their opponent for that week, and all the injuries. What their depth charts like. Everything about what the other team has done this offseason. What their depth chart looks like. I want you guys to just have everything you could possibly ever need to, get by the week, get excited for the game, give you the top matchups, in my opinion, all that. But, we're going to build on this, I promise you. And looking at this with the snap counts here, you got Bond, Quignon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Reed Blankenship, all playing every defensive snap. Zadarius Smith, it was 20 snaps. That was 33%. I think I said around 30. So, and then Latu was 6 snaps. So he did more than 4, whatever. 4 was for Tank Bigsby's special team snaps. So I was so excited. I wanted to see him return one, and they just kept kicking away from him, and it kept pissing me off. But I was so excited just seeing John Mechie out there and Tank Bigsby, and then Jahan Dotson was returning. It was just like, see, Howie's busy, bro. Like, people say what they must, but we're staying busy trying to make sure we get better. We just signed Zadarius Smith last week, traded with Tank Bigsby. By the time I'm done this show, Howie's probably going to make a trade, do something. I assure you, something's going to happen, right? More than Lewis Cine. And I'm not making a video about Lewis Cine. I'm sorry. That happened before I came on. So, but those things, if it's a player we've already had here, those practices, I make posts for you. The video breakdowns are for the players that, you haven't seen, give you a chance to learn about. If there's not a video and we've signed someone, ask yourself, has this player been on the team? And then go back and find the video, because there's always a video for everybody that is on this team, a way for you to be able to find out, what's going on with their game, how they fit, why they're here, things like that. And we'll do the same, throughout the week, of course, too, with the schedule. So tomorrow you get behind enemy lines. You'll know everything about the Rams you need to know, all their losses, additions since we just saw them in the playoffs, another rematch here. And then obviously 2 different teams. So I'll show you the changes. I'll show you their depth chart, their practice squad, their injury list, their coaches, how they're doing so far this year, all the things you need to know. And then Wednesday, I will give you the initial injury report for both teams. So you'll know both the Eagles and you will know the Rams injuries. Then on Thursday, you get an updated injury report with the top matchups, and that looks at both teams' stats, standings, everything, gets you ready for this game and shows you my favorite matchups. And we go through it all, man. It's not just like a couple matchups. I go through every matchup. It's awesome. I love it. I know some of you love it too, so let's have and go. And then, of course, Friday, game status report, so you know who's out, who's questionable. Saturday, practice squad elevations, updated depth chart with both of those last 2 shows there, where you see all the shows actually have a depth chart. You know what the team looks like at all times for both teams throughout the week. So anything happens in between that, you'll get a video. I'll throw in a live video on Friday or Saturday. And then, of course, Sunday. Pregame will be live from the link. If you're going to the game, let me know. I need to see your ass. I want to pregame with you. Postgame, I will try to make a video from the car or the stands or whatever it needs to be. We'll see how my phone does here, but I love you guys. I'm going to try to find my extra battery thing, but I got to get rolling out here. One last time, let's look at this beaut of NFC East standings here. Oh, yeah, 2-0. Nobody else. Love to see it. But, I appreciate you guys. And Michael, my man, tuning in at the end. Hey, brother, good to see you again. This is why I love this season. Get to see you guys so many times, a couple times on Sunday. I saw you guys on Saturday and Monday. Oh, my, so many live videos. And I'll try to get one in if anything crazy happens. If not, I will see you live on Friday. I will give you as many videos as I possibly can throughout the week on information, whatever happens. The other ones, you just heard the schedule. Let's effing go. But I hope you had a great start to your week. If it wasn't, well, let's make it one. And I love you guys. And if you need anything, it does not have to be about the Eagles. You need a friend. You got something going on. I know it might sound repetitive, but I mean it. reach out. I'm always here for you guys as you are for me. I love you guys. Hope you had a great start to your week. Hope a great week lies ahead for you. Hope you're ready to see the Eagles beat the Rams and go 3-0. But we'll discuss that all week. All I've got for you here tonight. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. If you're rewatching this, I'd love to hear from you. If you're watching this later, always down to talk some birds with you guys. But yeah, I'm drifting off sea. Don't even remember what I was saying. But all I've got for you here tonight. So until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, say with me, sickos, go Birds!